Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Star Trek Fleet Command. Now this video is going to be more for the beginning players that are just going over level 15, and maybe some players that are beyond those levels and have been in an alliance that's really not helping them out. I'm noticing a lot of issues with our newer players. We're recruiting a lot of players from dead alliances, players where they really haven't been told a lot of the game. So this is going to be another video in that sense. So hopefully you can find something useful out of it, especially if you're not aware of some of these things. So this video is going to be focusing on how to get resources, how not to spend money, how to continue to level up, and how to protect what you have. And I think that's the most important thing that I'm seeing is I'm looking at all of our little bases, and what I'm seeing here is people are not protecting themselves. And people are saying, I just got raided. Oh my God, I'm going to go DK their ships, that sort of thing. And DK is known as dirty kill. It's when you go and kill for no profit. You just do it out of spite, which is not allowed on our server or within the team. And so I just want to go over shielding. Shielding is your basic and only way to make sure no one is going to crack open your station and take all your resources. Even if you don't have a lot of resources, you really want to make that decision whether or not you want to shield overnight or during the day. As you can see right now, my shield is active for 11 hours. I keep my shield up 24/7. There is very little time that I will go unshielded. If I am unshielded, it's one, I'm right there and I'm not really doing anything, and that's rare in itself. And two, I forgot to shield, which is very is very rare to happen. So let me just go over where you can get and purchase shields. So the first part, I'm not sure if I've already collected my dailies for this or not, is definitely going to be from your dailies. You can go ahead and let's see. There is an 8-hour peace shield in your fourth box here, and there should be a 12-hour shield in your fifth box there. So that is a way to get an 8-hour shield and a 12-hour shield, so you can cover yourself for 20 hours out of every single day by doing your dailies. Now these dailies, these are things that you should be maxing every single day. You get free resources. You get actually a pretty good amount of resources for finishing these up, making sure you're getting your loot boxes, making sure that you are doing in or putting in your PvE. And let's see. So yeah, I'm up to level 37 I have to hit, which can get a little frustrating for me because I have to attack Klingons, and there's not a really good system for straight 37 ships. I can either do 38 or 36 system with some 37 ships that don't pop up all that often, especially when other people are competing for them. Swarm is another big one. If you have your Franklin yet and you want to go and hit Swarm, that's another great way to get these. Another big thing I want to talk about are these alliance credits. These are alliance credits you get from your dailies. You also get them from alliance level events. Now, these are events that everyone in the alliance has to be contributing points for you to compete anywhere in the top 25 of top alliances. And we usually get because right now we only have about 27 people. We usually get about 23rd to 25th place. So we're like right at the end there. And so you're getting a little bit of them, but it's another good reason for you to be doing your dailies every day, to be stacking those up, because I want to show you what you can buy with those. But just so you're aware, you can get 20 hours of shielding every single day if you do your dailies. So that's a great way to do it for free. So if we go over into the Alliance tab and go into the store, you can see a lot of this stuff here you can use your Alliance credits for it. Now, the one day is 100 credits, so that will cover you for 24 hours. A lot of people will use their day shields The longer shields are definitely going to be costing more. 350 alliance units for a 3-day peace shield, and for vacations, it's 1100 for a 7-day shield. So this is a great way to go ahead and get those for free. Use them at your will. Just know if you really want to time when you're using them, because if you're mining and you get hit over the limit, and you got to go and send another ship out, and you got to go knock off another ship that's over their limit, your shield is going to come down if you try to target another player. So just keep that in mind. There is a lot of stuff in here to buy. I recommend using your alliance credits, if my game would respond, on the Armada directives. You can do that once a week. I believe it's like 100 alliance credit. No, I think it's 250 alliance credits for 100 Armada directives. And then you can get ultra recruit tokens. Only suggest doing that if you have a whole bunch of alliance credits. You can do relocation tokens. Those are really beneficial. And then you can do your shields. These other things are going to come from armadas. So if you do want to start participating in those armadas, you can definitely go in here and you can start, opening up these packs, and I might as well get one myself. Oh, and there's some rare Armada directives, which I need, and those Armada tactical cores. So that is probably one of the best ways. And somebody just got me a 1 hour shield. That's probably one of the best ways to keep getting those shields, stacking them daily. Some players can kind of play around with it, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna be playing for 6 hours straight. I'm not going to put up a shield because I'm not playing. Just know you're taking a little bit of risk of that. If your game crashes, somebody can pop you in that time. If you can't get back on, somebody will drain you in that amount of time. So just keep in mind, this is one reason I keep my shield going for a long period of time. I'm also setting timers for my miners. So one thing I recommend with that is you can set a timer on your phone. That way you don't have to watch your miner. But you can see on my ship D right here, I got 45 minutes left. Set your timer for 43 minutes. You'll come back into the game, and you just know you got to wait a couple minutes, and you can refresh your node or swap out another ship so you can unload that miner, so that you can continually refresh using that node. A lot of players do that. I've started doing that myself because I have this server and server 32's miners. So I have like 6 miners I'm constantly watching, because that account, I'm really low. I will tell you this. I'm really proud of this number right here. I've never had anywhere near these numbers. I know a lot of people love to play Mineville, which means that's all they do is they mine. They have incredible amounts of ore, gas, and crystal. I always recommend keeping it at a very high level, because you never know when a player is going to get disgruntled, going to DK your miners or your alliance. So you really want to keep that at really healthy levels, so that if somebody says, I'm going to declare war with you, you're like, bring it. I'm stacked. I'm good for a while. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So that leads me to resources. I'm already starting to see people saying, I got raided, I have no resources, I can't level up, I'm frustrated. And that's going to happen if you're not shielding. You have to shield all the time. So these events are like a million times better than when the game started. You guys have no idea how nice it is right now. But these events are so crucial for you leveling up your account, leveling up your crews. Let's just take a look at the Battle for Glory right now. And so you're getting these alliance trophies, which is going to give you free crew packs. I'm getting uncommon gas and crystal, and I'm getting Parsteel and dilithium for just hitting a couple of NPCs. This is probably one of the easier ones, I think, because I only need to do, let's see, about 35 to 40 ships. I just need to shoot down, which is not a lot. You're also going to be getting the battle pass points, and you're tracking your battle pass. I'll talk about that a little bit here. That will give you even more rewards. Highly recommend buying that $20 battle pass pack so you can get the elite rewards. They're totally worth it. But as you can see, you're continually getting these tiers. These are really important and you should never use them. Those are resource tokens. So if you're all out of tokens, you can cash them in. And for me, I could cash that in for 1,000,000 par steel if I need it. And the reason why you should never use them, they are for dire emergencies. If you're down and out, if you just got raided and you can't find a base to raid to get some more resources, your ships are all damaged and you can't literally repair them because you don't have enough in your station to something as simple as repairing them, that's when you use them, but be very careful about using them. For me, I'm saving them up for the jellyfish event. I'm not using any of my tokens right now, and I'm not even nowhere near where I want to be with par steel. I don't keep that much par steel on hand. This is kind of my personal tack with it, because the more resources you keep on hand, the more you make yourself a target. And so I would say for the beginner, you definitely want to keep resources on hand and definitely, work with it, get a feel for it, see how you can manage it. But right now I have 529 million in par steel in those simple tokens. And let's see, and about 310 100k chips, which is probably 31 million. So about 600 million. And I'm striving for 200 billion. so that is just a drop in the bucket for me. The big thing is dilithium. We heard people in the Alliance talking about dilithium. Where do you get it? Dilithium is going to be more on the rare side. It is, as you can see, I only have 28.8 million in 100k chips, and I only have 3 million and 1 million chips. These ones are really difficult to get. They don't appear in events all that often, so you definitely want to hoard those as much as possible. But dilithium is a major resource in this game, and it can be difficult to get depending on where you are level-wise in the game, what kind of ships you have, and what kind of crew you have. So the number one thing you definitely always want to do, and you don't want to do this event and max it out. You only want to do it for how much dilithium you need. So in this situation, if I had no dilithium, I do have a recourse where I can go ahead and shoot 2 more level 39 hostiles and get 27 million dilithium. That's how I kind of look at it. It doesn't matter about those cross shards that are in there, those recruit tokens, or that crew XP. I don't need any of that. I do need that dilithium, or I will at some point. My research is going at about 1 million dilithium per research right now. So I'm definitely hoarding it. One thing you can do is, if you do want to go unbubbled and you're like, I don't have enough resources, it doesn't matter. What you want to do is you want to swap all your ships overnight for the weakest ships available. Because repair times, this repair time is like 2.5 minutes compared to my Saladin, which is 6 hours and 50 minutes. Repair time is one. The other thing is repair resources. This is like 2 par steel compared to about 200,000 tritanium for my Saladin. So you can leave those ships there. You're going to also become less of a target, because the players who are going around for power destroy numbers, if they see a station with ships like that, they're like, whatever. I mean, some players might hit you, but even if you're hit, your repairing resources is minimal compared to what you would have to have your best ships out. Because don't ever think that as good as your station defenses are, that you can repel an attack. There is no one in this game, even Days, who's the number 1 player, he can get his station whacked because people will keep trying. So just keep that in mind. Shielding is probably going to be your best way. And if you don't have those day shields, try to work out that 8 hours and that 12 hours. And let that shield expire before you start a new one. That's a really big thing there, and that's something that Boothby, our admiral, he reminded me of. So I think the last thing I want to cover is just the events. So you always want to pay attention to the events on this tab, and you always really want to read them very closely. So when I look at the Battle for Glory solo event, if you click on the attack hostiles, it tells you exactly what level ships you need, how many points it's going to get you, and over here it's going to tell you each threshold is 90 points, 190, 380, 750, and you're going to get those reward tiers. So these are the things that I'm personally tracking for the Alliance to kind of see where we're headed, in which direction, who needs more coaching, who's doing a really good job, that sort of thing. These other events you can definitely do. They're not necessarily as big. The Alliance level Battle for Glory might be in the near future. But for right now, it's more about that individual participation. And then, of course, once you start getting into factions, these events right here, the Federation Reputation event, the Romulan Reputation event, whoever faction you are aligned with, you definitely want to get enrolled in those every day and definitely be maxing those out. But those are the events that I am talking about when I say make sure your participation is up for those events. If you don't see those events, or you see some other events, definitely call it out to us, and we'll kind of talk you through exactly what you should be doing here. So with that being said, I kind of went over my 15-minute allotted time for this video, but if you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in our Discord. Feel free to drop them down below. Hit that like button, that subscribe, and that bell next to it so you can get future notifications about more videos. And thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I'll talk with you later.